in the house last night. Jeannine Edwards, she, of course, is one of the best reporters that ESPN has. And you were there. What was wrong with my Michigan? Why is my Final Four ruined?
Oh, everybody loved their story, including me. I mean, they were so endearing, and I think these guys were stunned last night with the way the game ended, and the fact that they fell a point short. It was just Oregon was just a bit too much for them. They had a lot of trouble handling their defenses. You know, Oregon switches defenses a lot. And John Beilein said that it caused them a lot of issues, especially earlier in the game. And he said, we took a lot of shots that weren't as clean as they could have been, and we were a bit flustered, and they just never could get into a really good rhythm. And their shots just weren't falling, you know? I mean, we've watched them in the past few games where it seemed like they couldn't miss. They were making 90% of their uncontested shots coming into last night's game, which is ridiculous. But it just didn't go their way.
Is there something to be said about Oregon as a team? I don't know if it's Boucher down low getting injured or just the hype all around Michigan that maybe nationally people underrated this Duck team?
Yeah, definitely. And I was talking about that last night with another ESPN radio crew. It just doesn't seem like they have been respected or given the buzz or the hype that they deserve. When you consider that this season they've won a school record 32 games, you know, they of course went to the Elite Eight last year in that, you know, famous game against Duke in the Sweet 16. And Dana Altman, I didn't know this. He's one of only 5 coaches that has 20 consecutive 20-win seasons. So This is a school that deserves a lot more respect than I think they're getting. And this is a group of players that is definitely feeling a bit slighted. And there's nothing more dangerous than playing with a chip on your shoulder, as you know.
Jeannine Edwards with us right now, 104.5 The Team. She was in the house in Kansas City last night. I thought it was a dirty pool, Jeannine, because I was at one of my favorite watering holes, and I look up, and I'm like in the very beginning, I see the team in yellow score, and I'm like, oh, here we go, Michigan! And it was Oregon pulled the fast one on me.
Yeah, I know. The outfits are a bit crazy. It's almost like you need sunglasses to look at them, but I think they kind of like it. I think they kind of like being the standout when it comes to that stuff. Look at their court.
That's right.
The court is a bit much.
We knew Kansas was a good team, but they blew out Purdue last night. Is the Jayhawk team the most impressive team you've covered so far this NCAA tournament?
Oh, for sure. For sure. That game was stunning. I mean, they absolutely took over. It was commanding. And when you watch these players, when you're able to sit courtside like I've done, and you see how they get so locked in and so in sync, and I've talked about their spacing and their ball movement and how good they are with passing, but I haven't necessarily talked about their speed, because it was their speed last night that killed Purdue. Purdue, yeah, we all thought the big matchup was going to be down inside with Flanagan and Lucas, and of course Lucas had his foul trouble early, but you can't fight speed with bigs. You know what I mean? You need some speed to go with that. And Kansas decided that they were just going to use their speed to their advantage, and that's what happened in the second half. And Purdue they couldn't keep up.
Jeannine Edwards with us right now, and so when you're looking on to Saturday night, it's gonna be a pretty pro Jayhawk crowd, right?
Oh gosh, I mean, even for the first game, you know, Michigan-Oregon yesterday, there were probably 90% of the crowd was Jayhawks fans. So they will definitely be filling the arena. We will have one little small section wearing that neon yellow. And it's definitely more like a home game for the Jayhawks, which definitely helps because they're loud and proud and they make their presence felt for sure. But I think this is a dangerous game because Oregon does have some speed. And Oregon does have some very talented athletic guards. So this team is a lot more similar to Kansas than Purdue was, for sure. So it'll be a totally different kind of basketball game.
Well, I'll be rooting hard for Kansas because my 13-year-old daughter is in a bracket challenge with Goz over here, and if Kansas wins, she smokes him. So
I lost Arizona.
Oh my!
I know.
Wow.
I know. I lost.
Well, you know, I have a little bracket challenge going at home with my husband and my stepson and his cousin. So it's me against 3 guys. And we all picked our little monikers, and I'm Wonder Woman, and Wonder Woman is killing the guys right now. I just want you to know.
I love it.
Doesn't happen very often, but it's happening now.
Jeannine, you a little while back, we were lucky enough to hang out with you at Saratoga for the horse races. What kind of storyline?
Let's do that again. Can we do that again?
Yes. What kind of storyline do we have to get going here to get you back out?
Please.
You got to get me up there.
Like if like Goz is always there. If we have to create some kind of super horse, I'm sure we can make it up and get you here.
How many American Pharaohs do we need to get you to Saratoga?
That's right. I need an American Pharaoh, guys. Please help me out. We need something. We need like a filly to beat the boys in the Derby, and then she takes them on again in the Travers or something like that.
I like it. That's a great storyline. Jeannine Edwards, she'll be there. She was there when my bracket fell apart for Michigan, and she'll continue to cover everything for ESPN. We know you're super busy getting everything together for the rest of your coverage, and we appreciate your time.
Hopefully you see it this summer.
Yeah, anytime, guys. I'm heading to the arena now for pressers, so we'll get some good nuggets to use on the air tomorrow, hopefully. But yeah, if we can reconvene in Saratoga, I would love it.
All right, Rock Chalk Jayhawk.
Thank you, guys.
Have a great one, Jeannine. Thanks so much.